Using the properties of logarithms, let's look at how we can rewrite this single log as a sum or difference of logs. So first, we notice that we have log base 2 of an expression that's inside of a square root. So if you recall, there are rules that allow us to rewrite radicals as powers or exponents using fractions. So just as kind of a quick reminder, if you have the square root of x, that's equivalent to having x to the 1/2 power. A cubed root of x is equivalent to x to the 1/3. A fourth root is x to the 1/4 power, and so on. So when we see log base 2 of a square root, we can go ahead and rewrite this as log base 2 of that inside expression, x to the -3rd times y squared, all raised to the 1/2 power. Now that we have an exponent inside of a log, we're able to use our exponent property that moves this 1/2 out in front as a coefficient instead. So this is the exponent property of logs. So this becomes 1/2 times log base 2 of x to the -3rd times y to the 2nd. Now notice that we have a product inside of our log expression. So we want to use our sum of logs property. So the sum of logs property allows us to rewrite product inside of a single log as two separate logs with the same base being added together. So our 1/2 is going to stay out in front, and instead of one single log of a product, we're now going to have log base 2 of the first factor, x to the -3rd, plus log base 2 of y squared. So we went from one single log with a base of 2 to two separate logs with a base of 2 being added together. For each of these expressions now that we have a single variable raised to an exponent, we can use our exponent property on each one of these to move those powers out in front as coefficients. So the 1/2 is still out in front. We now have -3 times log base 2 of x plus 2 times log base 2 of y. To finish off this problem, our last step is that we're going to go ahead and distribute with our 1/2 and distribute that to each one of those terms inside of our parentheses or brackets here. So 1/2 times -3, we have a -3/2 times log base 2 of x plus 1/2 times 2. Those simplify just to 1, so then we have 1 times log base 2 of y. So notice in our simplified log, we went from one single log that had an entire expression on the inside. We now have two separate logs, and inside of each log is just a single variable, now with a coefficient out in front.